Now let us see interpolation formulae for unequal intervals. Newton's divided difference formula, or it may also called as Newton's general interpolation formula. See, here is the formula for interpolation. When intervals are unequal, see, this is the formula. Here we need to find f of x0 comma x1, f of x0 comma x1 comma x2, and so on from the divided difference table. Let us take one example and explain the concept. What is the question? Use Newton's divided difference formula to find f of 4. So why they are asking us to use Newton's divided difference formula? Because the intervals are unequal here. What is the gap here? The gap is 2. And what is the gap here? Gap is 1. And the gap between these two values is 3. So the intervals are unequal. So that's why we have to use Newton's divided difference formula when the intervals are unequal. Let us construct divided difference table first. We write these values in the x column. Okay. And we write these values in the f of x column. See, we have written. We take this as f of x naught, and this as f of x1, and this as f of x2, and this as f of x3. Okay, we have taken. Now here we write first divided difference. The notation for first divided difference will be this. Now let us see how do we find the entries here. See, first divided difference denoted by f of x0 comma x1 can be found as follows. So this is simple. It will be like f of x1 minus f of x0, that is 2 minus 4. See, 2 minus of minus 4 divided by x1 minus x0. So where is x1? Here. Divided by 2 minus 0 we write. So we write 2 minus 0 in this denominator. Yes, we have written. If you simplify this, you will get the answer as 3. Now what is the entry here? The entry here will be denoted as f of, we take this, f of x1 comma x2. See, f of x1 comma x2. And how do we find this value? Same thing. 14 minus 2 divided by x2 minus x1. Let us see. 14 minus 2 divided by x2 minus x1, that is 3 minus 2. And let us simplify this and get the answer as 12. Now what will be the entry denoted by? Yes, can you? Yes, it is f of x2 comma x3. See, like this. How do we find the value of this? F of x3, f of x3 minus f of x2, that is f of x3 minus f of x2 divided by x3 minus x2, that is divided by x3 minus x2. So it thus, so this is the first divided difference column. Now let us go for second divided difference column. Now let us find second divided difference. See, it is denoted by f of x0 comma x1 comma x2, and it can be found as go to the previous column, do 12 minus 3, 12 minus divided by x2 minus x0. So where is x2? It is 3 minus 0. So we write in the denominator here 3 minus 0. Value is this. Now what is the entry here? Yes, to write the entry here, we neglect this x0 and we write as f of x1 comma x2 comma x3. See, we have neglected x0 and we have extended this like this. How do we find this entry? Yes, go to the previous column and do this entry minus this entry, that is 48 minus 12 divided by yes x3 minus x1. So where is x3? x3 is 6 minus x1 is 2. So we write in the denominator 6 minus 2 here. So we have written, simplify this answer. Now let us go for third divided difference. What is the entry here? It will be just extended here. We write x3 after x2 here. We write this. Now how do we find the value of this entry? Yes, it is 9 minus 3. That is go to the previous column and do 9 minus 3 divided by, in the denominator we write x3 minus x0. So what is x3? x3 is 6. x3 is 6 and x0 is 0. So in the denominator we write 6 minus 0 and simplify. So this completes the divided difference table. In this divided difference table, the requirement of the formula are these things. See, these are the values which we require in the divided difference formula. Let us go to the formula now. See here is the formula. We require f of x naught and f of x naught comma x1, f of x naught comma x1 comma x2, and so on. Let us substitute all these values of functional values and x values here. See, we have put in the place of f of x naught minus 4 as per the table, plus now let us write x minus x naught. What is x? X they have given it as 4 and x naught is 0 from the table. Now let us write f of x naught comma x1, which we have found in the table, whose value is 3, plus here we write x minus x naught into x minus x1. Let us write down here x minus x naught, x minus x1 into f of this from the it is 3, plus here we write is x minus x naught into x minus x1 into x minus x2 like this into f of x naught comma x1 comma x2 comma x3. So what is the value from the it is 1. If you use your scientific calculator and simplify, you get the answer as 40. So this is the solution for the given problem.